Hi y'all.
Sketching is a thing, not just for artists. Why do you need him? It is customary to think what to draw. This is such a separate skill, which artists build up and then differentiate. Create your works of grace. I absolutely disagree with this myth, because my professional activity required doing a lot is enough. Simple and cute sketches. There is absolutely no need to be an artist for this. In my case, it's project activity, landscape and architecture, but it is easily transferred and other professional activities. No, some big problem. Make minimal, simple aesthetic sketch. How can it work for different people? This is the theme of this video. For example, a good theme is travel and sketching. When you got out, for example, somewhere abroad or not abroad, you can take a small sketchbook with you, small feather pen, and while you are going on a train or flying in an airplane, making small sketches. The artist, to make his painting, needs to be spread, and easel and paints and canvas. Deliver a pen and do a simple sketch, plus write a few lines of text, and that's all ready. Your amazing impressions recorded. Much cooler than if you were just taking pictures and videos. And gradually such sketchbooks, you will have them accumulate, filled with new sketches, flipping which, show which, and tell about which. Much more interesting than if just you show pictures from holiday. Why is this curious? Because learning this technique is simple enough. Because she is obviously simple. They're not some super difficult moments you see before you mind sketches, and they are obviously simple. But nonetheless, they're oddly aesthetic. Where did that come from? It came from Italy. I needed to do mine. Sketches that concerned the project. Process very quickly. Very aesthetic and very clear. That's why I had this style of sketching. And since I have a job, mostly in travel, well, not for the most part, I spend a lot of time traveling, DJing, and develop such very special approach to drawing. And in that case, sketchbook turns out like a universal trip diary. That's if you like diary or don't like diary. You can try doing him with illustrations. Can be. This will take your interest in diary to a new level. And to your diary sketchbook, you can insert not only your sketches, well, glue a plane ticket there, check from a pizza place somewhere in Milan, tickets to Vaporetto anywhere in Venice, pine needles from Rome, sugar bags from hotels, and other super cute material reminders, which no camera will give you. Neither is one camera. It's material stuff. And sketchbook can turn out such a special scrubbook. And this is the sketching technique that I demonstrate. She is super cool. Exactly. For those situations when you have little time and you're not super good at drawing, you can spill a cup of coffee on the sheet, or not spill, or for example, just soaked in coffee. Print on the sheet of your sketchbook, small circle, and there record your impressions of this cafe, the name of this cafe, and street address. Where is this cafe located? Formats of interesting interactions with the sketchbook, very much on a road trip. Pros are big pros. Exactly. That's the approach to their drawing. Totally not typical of artistic, in that it happens enough, not stressful. Sketchbook formats are different. There are very small ones for the back pocket. There are straight, very big, almost like big books or big albums. You can choose to your taste, and you can buy yourself a few and used in various scenarios of your trips. For example, sitting in a hotel. Bigger sketchbook. If you went somewhere, watch some place, take sketchbook pocket, and happily on holiday or in a cafe to make sketches. This in itself is already a very cute process, relaxing process, and that's the kind of fixation she gives deeper memories than if you just took a picture yourself and photographed. Nothing happened and worked with hand, worked brain involved in this process, made a small but artwork, simple, nice, pretty. And your memories will be much deeper, much more interesting. This is going to be a more out-of-the-box look, and this result is possible with pleasure. Show and tell friends. When you after a trip, meet and discuss the details. One thing to show pictures. This is already bored of everyone. Show and tell about such small events on this journey. Show your small sketches. The coffee theme in my works also arose because in travels, you can't always have on hand some professional materials, not always at hand. Maybe even a pen for that. And you might not have paper. So I sometimes have sketches on napkins and leaves from the coffee pot. And there were sketches even just using a spoon and coffee. Spoon turns out you can draw too. Again, approach this issue not as an artist, but as a person which uses sketching fast, simple, cute, pretty informational sketches. I've been using this approach for years on my travels around the world. For the most part, I go, of course, to Italy. There I practice a lot in landscape and architecture. In an Italian architectural and landscape studio, Gabriele Philip, and there are quite a lot of trips in Italy and Rome and around the world and shaped. My technique, quick and practical drawing on the road. In order to learn, just go to my lessons enough and pass them carefully, thoughtfully phased. They are simple enough, but require that each simple element, every simple step was well worked out. Then this ease appears. You seem to be doing very little, but the result actually turns out superb. What is this magic? This is the magic of simple steps, but work to a good level. If you were inspired by this story, go over by links to lessons in the profile cap and video description. I show this technique in great detail and in basic principles and in travel conditions. In general, the same sketches from you actually. You can tell in 2 steps. Do you understand the difference between the usual traditional approach to drawing and that's on this approach, which I tell and let your travels and sketches will be beautiful. Subscription. My name is Eduard Kichigin.